This is NBC 22 News at 11.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Michelle Kingsfield.
And I'm Mark Pompilio. Now on 22, police are investigating the discovery of 2 bodies in Clark County this afternoon.
Police found the man and woman inside their Springfield home. NBC 22's Susan Cooper is back from the scene and joins us now with the latest. Susan?
Well, Michelle, there was no forced entry to the home, but police are not saying this is a definite case of a murder-suicide, though several family members are convinced that is exactly what happened.
I think myself, he probably shot her and then turned the gun on himself.
Family members of 62-year-old Jess Vidito and his 48-year-old wife Marcia speculate how the couple died. A neighbor noticed papers piling up on the front porch of the couple's Kenton Avenue home and saw their lifeless bodies from a back porch window.
Where they appear to both have succumbed of gunshot wounds.
Police and family members say the couple had a history of domestic violence.
He was a very mean person. Very mean.
And sadly, no one seems surprised at the couple's deaths.
I've been looking for it for a long time.
And so had Marcia Vidito's twin, who says she lost her sister long ago and now pleads for others to escape abusive situations.
If you're in any type of relationship where the husband cuts ties from your family and your own children that you've born at before the marriage of this guy, get out. So it ended up like this.
Now we're told Jess Vidito was an avid gun collector and the home was full of guns. A gun was found near the bodies and police will be conducting a ballistics test to see if it was the gun used in the shooting deaths of this couple. Family members report Jess was in poor health and had threatened to take his own life by shooting himself. Reporting from the newsroom, I'm Susan Cooper.
All right, Susan, thanks. Autopsies are expected to be done tomorrow. Authorities say it could be several days before there's a final ruling on this case. A police officer who shot a burglary suspect this afternoon has been placed on administrative leave. The Dayton cop says he shot the suspect after he tried to run him over with his car. It happened here on Old Main Street in Miamisburg. The officer says he tried to arrest the suspect after he watched him break into a house. The officer fired into the man's car, hitting him twice in the hip. The officer suffered only minor injuries. The suspect's injuries are not life-threatening.
Both candidates for president are making a marathon campaign run on the eve of the election. Vice President Al Gore stumped in St. Louis this afternoon, battling for Missouri's 11 electoral votes. Declaring tomorrow's vote a verdict on continued prosperity, Gore claimed he would carry the mantle of reform. And he continued to ridicule George W. Bush's verbal slip last week regarding Social Security.
And then he said, what do they think Social Security is? Some kind of federal program? Yeah. And a damn good one, too, and we're going to save it.
Gore also campaigned in Michigan. He's now in Florida getting ready for a midnight rally in Miami and a 4 a.m. rally in Tampa. Meanwhile, George W. Bush made another push today to win Gore's home state of Tennessee. Polls show Bush ahead there, which holds 11 electoral votes. Bush made fun of the fact that while the race is close in Tennessee, Bush's home state is solidly in his corner.
Plan on carrying my home state. My opponent vows to carry his home state, but he may win Washington, D.C., but he's not going to win Tennessee.
Bush also campaigned in Wisconsin before heading home to Texas.
Meanwhile, the Green Party presidential candidate made a prediction today. Ralph Nader says tomorrow's election will be the start of a revolution in American politics. Nader told voters to go with their conscience today and not, as he puts it, vote for the least worst choice.
It really is time for a change. It is time for voters to ask themselves, do they want another 4 years of politics as usual, of business as usual, of sleazy operations in Washington?
In the close race for president, all candidates are rallying for your vote. But what about the votes that really count, the ones cast in the Electoral College? NBC 22's Glenn Barber spoke with one local member of this exclusive club and joins us with an inside look. Glenn?
2 electors represent the Dayton area's congressional district. One of them, the Republican or Democrat, will wind up casting a ballot in this presidential election. Which one of them is up to you. These hands may soon cast one of the 21 deciding ballots in Ohio for the next president of the United States. They belong to Dennis Lieberman. You may know him as the chairman of the Montgomery County Democratic Party, but he's also an Electoral College member representing the 3rd District of Ohio. It's a job he takes seriously.
Assuming that Gore wins Ohio, my vote counts to select the elector even more than the individual votes of the population.
In order to